going on, Reasoners, Reason users? My name is D-Rock, and today I want to go over recording and processing gang vocals. Most of us, I think at least, we are kind of solo bedroom producers, and we don't have access to 10 voices to record all at once, and to really get that gang vocal or that big chant effect. But I think I got a decent method put together that I use for making that sort of stuff happen. Yeah, let's take a listen to what we'll be doing today. This is a track I'm working on right now. It's like a metal step track. Gang vocals are down here, bunch of lead vocals, ARP, guitars, fake bass, and then drums. I think that's it for this section. Yeah. So yeah, let's take a listen. These are the chants or the gang vocals. But yeah. So as you can hear, these are just doubling what this main vocal's doing. With this, when you listen to them soloed out, they're actually pretty dang thin. We're not gonna take this! They don't really sound great on their own, but mixed in with everything else, I think they sit pretty nicely. But yeah, let's jump into the processing of this. New chant. Alright. So, I did it again. When you're recording gang vocals, for me at least, I like to break it out into a separate session. Right here, I've got a little export of the section of the track that I want to add them in at. And then 10 vocal tracks. I believe for this one, I didn't label them because I wasn't too concerned, because all the audio track ones are going to be part of that gang vocal. And I have this already. I have this session now set up that way. If I need to record chants or some sort of gang vocals, I can export a little section of the song that I'm working on, dump it into here, record my 10 varying vocals, and then jump to it. So yeah, 10 vocals. I haven't panned around all sorts of around. I don't have any sitting in the center, because that's where the lead vocal is going to sit. They're all about the same volume though just the variances in the actual recording of them. You can see like these four are much louder than those ones. Yeah, let's jump into some processing of this. Process these all the same, just a little dip around 650-ish, and rolled off some of the low end, and then I threw on a compressor just to tame any crazy stray transients that may sneak in there. So that's the same for all these. Then we get to the bus. For the bus we have the low end rolled off very significantly. Another dip, a little bit higher this time, closer to like 800. 2 layers of compression. Actually, this compressor is one of my favorites. The Decam bus comp, because to me, I think at least it glues everything into one cohesive piece, especially when you have the saturation on. Then another little dip around 320 or so, just to get rid of some of the body of the voice, because you don't want, because you want these to kind of sit back, and you don't want them to interfere with your lead vocal. Cool. So kind of dip that out there. So now, I guess first, when it comes to recording the gang vocals, I usually approach it differently, and I'm not gonna, how do I want to phrase this? I usually approach it differently than if I was recording a regular vocal or a regular singer. Let's just say, for the sake of a diagram, because I was too lazy to make one up inside of like GIMP or Photoshop or something like that. Let's say this ratio knob is our microphone, and it's pointing this way. I'll record like 1 or 2 fairly close to it. or I would say two, fairly close to it. That way you can really hear in the articulation of the words, and then start recording them much farther back in a semicircle around the microphone. It's going to give you some extra room sound, and since you're farther away from the mic, you're not going to get that proximity effect that you get with that bumped up low end when you're right up on the mic. It's going to sound a little bit thinner, which typically when you're recording you don't want something thin. In this case, we do because we want these to sit farther back in the mix. So yeah, one like two up close, and then the rest of them nice and far back away from the microphone. So all right, let's jump back to the main session and look at the processing within there. So just so you know, obviously you're gonna export out of this session just those vocals, and then dump them back into here. So with this, there's a few things going on. This is my what's this? That's my vocal. Where's my? Here we go. Here's the chant. So right off the bat, shelled off all that low end. I tried a unison on this one. I didn't really like it. Sometimes it can work for more background vocals to help them sit farther back. I actually used it on the background vocals in the main vocals, but I didn't like how it sounded did on these chant ones. Stereo imager to really widen out those highs. Another one of these bus comps, and then a reverb. If you've watched my other videos, I normally have my reverb closer to 9 o'clock. This time it's sitting more around 10, 11. That's because mixing in 3 dimensions, you want these to sit back. So applying more reverb is going to imply more distance. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to how I do gang vocals. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, drop me a comment, shoot me a message. Otherwise, I will catch you next time.